Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. Hey, I'm back at it for part 2 of my top whiskeys for 2021. But before I dive into this, all the lovely ryes we have to talk about, there's a your favorite guest judge has a quick update for you. Let's take a look.
Hey, Bourbon Judge fans, it's Cousin Anita here. Just wishing you a very happy new year and thanking you so much for your support of my cousin, the Bourbon Judge, in 2021. And we look forward to providing great episodes and great tastings for you bourbon lovers in 2022. Take care all, and again, thank you so much for your continued support.
All right. Definitely looking forward to having Cousin Anita back on as a guest judge. It's been a long time, so it'll be fun to have her back on the channel. Hey, before I dive into this, real quick, super quick heads up, and I guess just to say a thank you to my newest patrons. So thank you to Jonathan M. and also Joe M. So thank you both gentlemen for your support. You two, in addition to all my other patrons, are honestly, you helped to bring all this to come to fruition. So thank you very much for your support. I really do appreciate it. As well as thank you for all my other patrons, and then also everyone else who watches the channel as well. Alright, so we're going to dive into, this is part 2 of my top whiskeys for 2021, and this is for my ryes, my top 5 ryes. So you might be asking, Bourbon Judge, why did you separate them out? Why did you create a separate category? Again, as I said in the last video, for the top 10 bourbons for 2021, ryes are a completely different whiskey. Sure, they sit very similar to a bourbon, but at the end of the day, they are completely different. It's a different whiskey, and I just felt that it should honestly have like its own category. So we're going to dive into my top 5 ryes for 2021. Like I did with the last video, I'm going to tell you the reason why I selected each one. Sounds like a plan? All right, let's rock and roll. All right. Oh, man, this is a tough one. So coming in, the number 5 spot. None other than a Midwinter's Night's Dram. Now this one I have in my hand here is a Act 9 Scene 1. But I will actually say my number 1 was actually Act 9 Scene 4. So my buddy Michael has, he had Act 9 Scene 4. We sampled that at his house versus this one. That one barely beat it out. So really both are equally good. But Act 9 Scene 4, an amazing rye. The reason why I picked this one in the 5th spot, and the reason why I picked it as a whole to even grace this category, I think consistency. When I think about consistency, each and every release that Midwinter Night's Dram has had, in my opinion, they've always been really good. I love the port wine finish. Just that sweetness, that spiciness from the rye kind of cuts it with the from the port wine finish. And I love that. And that's the reason why I selected this one. A fantastic bottle, and I'll put the link up above because I reviewed this before in the past. Fantastic bottle, hands down a great rye for 2021. Again, Midwinter's Night's Dram. All right, coming in number 4. Now this one I haven't reviewed on the channel, and this is actually my 2nd bottle. I haven't even opened this newest bottle yet, but Alberta Premium Cask Strength Rye. Folks, I will say, I'm not, and I've had numerous ryes from Canada before, but none of them stood out like the Alberta. The Alberta for me is just a traditional, true, good, straight up rye whiskey. I love everything about it. I love the sweetness. I love the spiciness. It has like the traditional, like almost like notes of like peppery and chocolate in there as well. I am a huge, and I mean huge fan of Alberta Cask Strength Rye. This definitely had to make my top 2021 list for ryes. So this is the number 4 spot. Oh man. So these both are like $90, $95, maybe $85. Both a little bit on the upper end from a price standpoint, but not bad, not bad. So what made the top 3, folks? Oh man, the top 3. This one definitely more budget friendly. This might and maybe not a shot for some. I love this rye whiskey. I love it for so many reasons I can't even count. None other than Sagamore Spirits, the Double Oak. Folks, at a $50 bottle, this is, I don't even know how many I've had of these, 4 or 5, maybe 6. This is probably one of the best ryes on the market, hands down, at $50 too. It's a double oaked rye. I picked this one because it's affordable. It's sweet, it's spicy, some oak in there as well. It is absolutely one of the best hidden secrets on the market. I've been talking about Sagamore for a while, and I just think Sagamore is one of the best products out there, hands down, from a rye standpoint. Absolutely amazing. If you find a bottle of Sagamore, especially the double oaked, grab a bottle of it. You will not go wrong with the Sagamore double oaked. All right, down to number 2 and number 1. Before I get to number 2, real quick, 3 quick easy favors. Number 1, hit the like button. Number 2, drop me a comment. Love going back and forth. And last but not least, hit that subscribe button and also the bell so you get the notification each and every time I put out content. All right, coming in number 2, hands down, had to be the biggest surprise of the year for me as it relates to a rye. I think everyone knows what this is. You may or may not, but it was close to being my number 1. But I still gave it a number 2 because as much as I loved it, I love number 1 that much more. But for number 2, it's sweet. It's just, as I think I referenced in the when I reviewed it, it's truly an explosion of fruit in your mouth, in the palate. Absolutely the best product that Barrell Bourbon makes. None other than good old Seagrass. This bottle coming in at $90, so a little bit more on the expensive side, but still a fantastic rye. If Barrell made less of this, this absolutely would be a highly allocated bottle. Thank goodness they're not playing that game and they produce a ton of bourbon and in this case, a ton of ryes. This is a fantastic bottle, folks. Again, I was kind of sleeping on this one for a while because of the whole Armida. I wasn't a fan. Seagrass is where it's at. Truly an explosion of fruit. Love this bottle all day, all long, all night. And I'm sure this bottle is going to go very quickly. Trust and believe that. All right, little drum roll. What came in as the number 1 rye? So for me, the number 1 rye, I just think of 3 things when I think of this rye. And also, by the way, MSRP on this bottle I'm about to show you is about $75, $80. Sometimes marked up a little bit more, but typically $75, $80. 3 things come to mind: sweet, spicy, and smoky. This is my favorite rye of the year. I love this bottle. I have to sip this one as well because I will never end a review without having a little bit of whiskey in my glass. So coming in at the number 1 rye for 2021, barely beat out Seagrass, none other than Michter's Barrel Strength. So I'm going to go ahead and pour a little bit here. So you got Michter's Barrel Strength. Absolutely an amazing bottle. Love this bad boy. I mean, big time. I think it's just a fantastic, fantastic bottle. I found this one. I actually have, I think, a couple of these. I don't want to say how many. This is one where I did get a couple. But I love Michter's products as a whole. But their barrel strength ryes is truly another level. Again, sweet, smoky, spicy. If you ever find Michter's barrel strength products, bourbon or ryes, but in this case a ryes, make sure you grab it. Hey, as I say each and every week, peace, cheers, salute, happy New Year's, happy 2022. We're here, back at it. Let's see how this one is, just to make sure. Oh, Woo! You can just call me delicious. That is some damn good whiskey. Oh, man. Wow. That is just, it's everything. Everything in the nose. It's in the palate. Oh, gosh. That smokiness, like I always say, like the campfire. Michter's just reminds me of like campfire in a bottle. That sweetness, that smokiness, the spice, everything comes through. Such a fantastic pour. Cheers, everyone out there. Happy New Year. And wait for our next and last part of the series, part 3, which coming up actually on Thursday. Top 5 highly allocated and or just expensive ass bottles. Wait for that one. Cheers, everybody.